will a medical doctor work for 9 months, 16 months, 19 months without getting paid?
But you see how much kidnappers are picking from victims.
My thing is, government should, I think, all the stakeholders in this get that, and I think we get that. The 3% for the oil producing community is too low.
But the support that is needed. And once you get the support, your airline people will blossom.
This is Nigeria. You need to give people sense of belonging.
Good morning. This is Inside Nigeria Leadership Television, and this is the last edition for the week, June 17th, 2022. My name is William Fredibego, and as you can see, I'm the only one in the studio this morning to review the papers. As usual, we have 4 papers for our review. Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership, THISDAY newspaper, The Nation, and our sister publication, National Economy. I want to apologize for bringing the program a bit behind schedule. It was due to some circumstances beyond our control. Yeah, well, here we are now, and let's start with the news headlines. We're starting with Leadership newspaper. Leadership says running mates at last Tinubu zeroes in on Northeast as Atiku picks Okowa. Running mates at last Tinubu zeroes in on Northeast, as Atiku picks Okowa. Running mates at last Tinubu zeroes in on Northeast as Atiku picks Okowa. Wike unfairly treated by PDP. Oka. NNPP screens candidates names choice today. Angry candidates protest at APC Secretariat over alleged substitution of names. We are yet to receive names of presidential candidates, running mates, INEC. Headline story once again on Leadership newspaper. Running mate at last Tinubu zeroes in on Northeast as Atiku picks Okowa. Wike fairly untreated by PDP. Oka. NNPP screens candidates names choice today. Angry candidates protest at APC Secretariat over alleged substitution of names. We are yet to receive names of presidential candidates, running mates, INEC. These are potpourri of stories making the headline news on Leadership. Let's go over to page 4 to see some snippets on the news, headline news. The All Progressives Congress APC and its presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu have narrowed down the search for a vice presidential candidate to the Northeast geopolitical zone. Leadership Friday can authoritatively reveal. A dependable source within the camp of Tinubu told this paper that 2 individuals from the zone, a serving governor and a former governor, have been pursued as the final pick for running mates to the APC presidential flag bearer. This is even as the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, has picked Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa as his running mate. Wike unfairly treated by PDP. Oka. But there was uneasy calm in Rivers State following the decision of the presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku, to pick Delta State Governor Senator Ifeanyi Okowa. A former commissioner for information and communications in the state, Honorable Ima Oka, said Governor Nyesom Wike was unfairly treated by this leadership of PDP following his inability to become the party's vice presidential candidate. Also in the story, Senator Governor Wike won't be disappointed, says Okowa. But speaking after his screening, Okowa described Wike as a strong party man, adding that he does not believe he's disappointed by Atiku's choice of vice president. He said, I know Governor Wike is a very strong party man. He has great love for our party, and I believe he's also a good Democrat. And he understands that when several pluckers are in the race for a particular position, only one person will be at the front in time. I want to assure you that Governor Wike is a very good man, and his interest for this country and party to be able to rise up to the challenge at the moment is strong. I do not feel he's going to be disappointed. Meanwhile, the Arewa youth says they will support the lesser evil. Meanwhile, the Apex Northern Youth Organization, under the auspices of Arewa Youth Consultative Forum (AYCF), yesterday vowed that it will support the lesser evil among the presidential aspirants in 2023 polls. Speaking with our correspondent over the nomination of Atiku Abubakar's presidential running mate, Okowa, President of the AYCF, Alhaji Yerima Shetima, said after the nomination of Tinubu's running mate, the Northern youth will assess all the presidential aspirants and take stand on who to support for the presidential ticket. Meanwhile, angry candidates protests APC secretariat over alleged substitution of names. There was palpable tension in the All Progressives Congress (APC) as aggrieved candidates and their supporters from Enugu, Kogi, Abia, and Imo states yesterday stormed the party's national secretariat, threatening fire and brimstone over alleged substitution of their names. That's all we can take on the headline story on Leadership Friday today, June 17th, 2024. More on the stories, log into our website to read more. And of course, you can also get a hard copy all across the Federation of Nigeria. From Leadership, let's also see some of the stories making the headline news. Let's go over to Leadership newspaper.
Yes.
And also, yes, don't forget to get a copy of Leadership this Sunday because you'll be having double 411 sum, and that is Levogue. Is an all glossy, all colored fashion magazine. It's a lifestyle magazine, actually. Don't forget to get a copy of Leadership Sunday for the copy of Levogue. And let's see other stories on leadership. Yes, yes. President Muhammad Buhari says Nigeria has improved on global terrorism corruption indices. Nigeria has improved on global terrorism corruption indices, coming from President Muhammadu Buhari. Scroll down on still on Leadership newspaper. I have so many interesting pics today on the cover. Page 6 of the paper says Akeredolu Malami differ on restructuring state police. Akeredolu, that is the Ondo State Governor and Chairman of Southern Governors Forum, Rotimi Akeredolu, Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, differ on restructuring state police. For more on the stories, go get a copy of Leadership and get it on. See more on the story on page 6. Terrorists bomb IDPs camp in Burma, injure women, children. Terrorists bomb IDPs camp in Burma, injure women, children. The story is on page 6, still on Leadership. On the red box, we see monetary policy alone cannot solve foreign exchange challenges. Emefiele, that is the CBN governor. Monetary policy alone cannot solve foreign exchange challenges. CBN Governor Emefiele. Stories on page 17 of Leadership. On the right-hand side, we take story from Ekiti Poll. INEC distributes sensitive materials. Police withdraw VIP orderlies. Ekiti Poll. INEC distributes sensitive materials. Police withdraw VIP orderlies. The stories on page 6 of Leadership newspaper. From Leadership, that's all we can take on Leadership newspaper. From Leadership, we move over to the next paper we have for review, and that is Nation newspaper. Nation newspaper. Nation says VP slots, that is vice presidential slots. How PDP elders dropped Wike for Okowa. Vice presidential slot. How PDP elders dropped Wike for Okowa. Why Delta governor was picked. My choice won't disappoint Rivers governor. Why Delta governor was picked. The second rider says my choice won't disappoint Rivers governor, and that is coming from the vice presidential candidate, aspirant Delta State Governor Okowa. Some founding fathers and governors influenced the choice of Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa as running mate to People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. It was learnt yesterday. Before their intervention, the pendulum tilted in the direction of Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, who came second in the party's presidential primary. The leaders and governors advised that candidate to choose what a source described as a less controversial and a controllable running mate, since the 2023 campaign will be issues based. That is some of the story on the headline story on Nation newspaper. How VP slot, how PDP elders dropped Wike for Okowa. Still on the Nation, above the masthead, let's see what the stories are saying. Killings, Owo Monarch, sorry for that, 6 state police. Killings, Owo Monarch 6 state police. Page 3 of the Nation. Burial for victims today. Killings, Owo Monarch 6 state police. The stories on page 3 of the Nation. Lagos to demolish 2 high-rise buildings in Ikoyi. This is the story on page 2 of the Nation. Ekiti governorship poll. INEC distributes sensitive materials. Police deploy 17,000 personnel. 60 women observers ready. No court nullified APC primary. The story is on page 30 of the Nation. From the Nation, let's move over to This Day. This Day, leading story. PDP governors orders hail as Atiku names Okowa running mate. PDP governors orders hail as Atiku names Okowa running mate. SVP says he's not afraid of taking difficult decisions. Donates 10 million naira to Owo victims. SVP says Atiku Abubakar says he's not afraid of taking difficult decisions. Donates 10 million naira to Owo victims. Our candidate has solutions to Nigeria's challenges, Delta governor posits. Party plans to offer Wike campaign DG and prominent role in government if they win. Party plans to offer Wike campaign DG and prominent role in government if they win. Let's see some of the stories on the headline. No, let's see what the story is all about. Let's see what the story is all about. The headline news: PDP governors orders hail as Atiku names Okowa running mate. Presidential candidate of the PDP and former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has continued to receive commendations from far and near over his choice of the Delta State Governor Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa as his running mate for the 2023 presidential election. Prominent among those who had hailed Atiku over his choice partner were the PDP Governors Forum, led by the Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwa, National Chairman of the party Dr. Iyorchia Ayu, the Chairman PDP Board of Trustees Board Senior Senator Walid Jubrin, former Deputy President of the Senate Ike Ikweremadu, and Minority Leader House of Representatives Ndidi Elumelu, among others. Atiku had 24 hours to deadline set for the submission of names for presidential candidates and their deputies by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), announced Okowa as his running mate. Yes, and of course, a bold picture on this day has the picture of Atiku Abubakar and the COA's hands being raised by the PDP chairman, Dr. Iyocha Ayu. Still on this day, let's see what the headline news, other headline news on the paper. Buhari, we must develop cyber warfare to protect critical national assets, says his administration has degraded Boko Haram, IPOB banditry across Nigeria. Buhari, we must develop cyber warfare to protect critical national assets, says his administration has degraded Boko Haram, IPOB banditry across Nigeria. The story is on page 5 of this day. And let's see the masthead of this day, above the masthead. Yes. Emefiele rallies stakeholders' support to accelerate Nigeria's non-oil foreign exchange. Emefiele rallies stakeholders' support to accelerate Nigeria's non-oil foreign exchange. NPA, customs, banks, shipping companies to form ad hoc team. Sanwo-Olu harps on economic diversification. Emefiele rallies stakeholder support to accelerate Nigeria's non-oil foreign exchange. NPA, customs, banks, shipping companies to form ad hoc team. Sanwo-Olu harps on economic diversification. The story is on page 5 of this day. And a strip on this day above the masthead says telecom sector recorded 3.247 trillion naira revenue, 1.7 trillion naira operating cost in 2021. And of course, the story is on page 6 of this day. From this day, we move over to the last paper we have on our menu, and that is sister publication, National Economy. National economy, Nigeria's textile sector still comatose despite federal government's 150 billion intervention. Nigeria's textile sector still comatose despite federal government's 150 billion naira intervention. Textile firms suffering from poor patronage, high production costs. Textile firms suffering from poor patronage, high production costs. Federal government's 35% intervention far below average, according to experts. I'll take the headline story once again. National economy is leading with the story. Nigeria's textile sector still comatose despite federal government's 150 billion naira intervention. Textile firms suffering from poor patronage, high production cost. Federal government's 35% intervention far below average, experts say. Let's through the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) over the past several years of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration's efforts to revive Nigeria's textile industry, the revival rate of the industry has been less than desirable, according to experts and other stakeholders. Nigeria's importation of textile products rose from 169 billion naira in 2018 to 279 billion naira in 2021, based on statistics from Statista, a data company based in the United States of America. The increase can be partially ascribed to widening gap in the real value of the naira in relation to foreign currencies national economy possessed. However, industry stakeholders say the federal government's interventions have had limited impact on reviving the textile industry over the last few years. A recently retired director from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, Aziz Musiba Bau, told National Economy that he reckons the success rate of intervention in the textile industry hovers around 35%. He affirmed that the federal government has made some interventions, including taking some major stakeholders to Vietnam to understudy that country's success story in the textile industry. That's what little we can take from the headline story on national economy on Nigeria's textile sector. Thank you so much, viewers, for staying tuned to our program Inside Nigeria, which was brought to you on Leadership Television. Next week, don't forget, next week, Monday, is another date Don't forget to keep a date with us. I remember Winifred, before I go, here's wishing you a beautiful weekend. Don't forget, security is everybody's responsibility. Stay safe. I remain till I come your way again next week Monday. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.